Hello everyone and welcome to a bonus video for the Fairly Oddparents Season 4 review. Originally, I was just going to do all the Jimmy Timmy Power Hours as their own video separate from the season reviews, but annoyingly, during production of the Season 5 video, the wiki actually changed the production numbers of the Jimmy Timmy Power Hour episodes, way after the Season 4 video was made. This meant that all the production numbers on the slides I had done for Season 5 were wrong, and I had to go back and change them. And every production number after 43 in the Season 4 video is wrong permanently. I don't know what new information the wiki got to be able to change this so suddenly, but since the wiki is the main source I go by and it now lists these crossover episodes as part of a season, I'm going to go back right now and review the first Jimmy Timmy Power Hour as part of a bonus add-on to the Season 4 video. So without further ado, Episode 44, Jimmy Timmy Power Hour. A mix-up between pen-like devices leaves Timmy and Jimmy stranded in each other's worlds. I gotta hand it to them, the setup to this episode is actually really well done. When you make a crossover episode, you have to do a good job at justifying the crossover and still make it not seem contrived. And that's actually a real problem if you're trying to keep it simple. They did actually manage to pull it off though. Timmy needing to do a science fair project is really a good excuse to enter the Jimmy Neutron universe. In fact, I don't know many ways you could have that happen. If I have one complaint, it's that the Fairly Oddparents art style really doesn't translate to 3D. Timmy especially looks off, but once again, that's a limitation of making this kind of crossover. You can't exactly do this without figuring out a way to make these characters fit with the other show's art style. But aside from the setup, there wasn't really much that I enjoyed about this episode. The episode is essentially divided into two separate episodes that don't really cross over until the end, and to me, that kind of cheapens the crossover concept. Jimmy and Timmy only get a few lines in actual conversation with each other, and there are essentially two conflicts that get resolved separately. I have a problem with this, because it's not really like we see these two characters interacting that much, but in this crossover, that's the perfect opportunity to have that happen. In fact, I could see how this might have started out as the writers wanting to do two separate episodes, one for each show. The Jimmy Neutron episode could follow Jimmy, and the Fairly Oddparents episode could follow Timmy. But maybe over time they decided to combine it into one episode, because otherwise, this episode is basically a heaping pile of wasted potential. They really don't do anything with the crossover format, and it isn't taken as far as I would have liked. And on the Timmy side of the episode, the stakes are incredibly low for what I was expecting. I was expecting a full-blown apocalypse caused by this warped version of Goddard, but really, only the immediate cast's lives were threatened. The Jimmy side of the episode is much better than the Timmy side, I will give them that. I will also say that not much in this episode made me laugh. Way more jokes were misses than hits here. The only ones I sorta laughed at were Crocker's portion of the episode, which was also my favorite part. The two competing plots should ideally give twice the potential for jokes, but I didn't enjoy most of the ones here, and for the most part they felt kind of forced. Overall, I could see some good ideas, but with the lack of connecting between the stories and the weak Timmy portion of the story, I do think it pulls the episode down to okay. Before I go, I just want to show you the updated chart. Obviously, one episode isn't going to change anything, and it also doesn't change my perception of Season 4 as a good season, but it was dangerously close to okay, and it makes me eager to see what the final chart is for Season 5. But anyway, thanks for watching, and have a good one.